Okay, that's
So we
fine.
don't get
Do it.
That's fine. It's a little late for that.
Welcome, one and all, to the Status Effect podcast
more
show.
like one Status Effect podcast show.
Yeah,
That rolls off the tongue.
it does. Like whatever rolls off tongues.
Other
That-
tongues.
Okay,
This
I'm
is
Michael.
unscripted, clearly.
I'm Michael. To my right is Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin.
To my left is Zach.
I got a serious note. This show's not for kids anymore, as
Yeah.
it was before.
Okay.
I guess that's all. I
No
don't have
more
a quote
kids
or
allowed.
nothing. No more kids.
No kids or adults watch this show to
Just
begin with,
babies.
so it's fine.
Why did
Perfectly
you
fine.
leave your soda can peeking out from behind the thing?
To add character.
It's not a real brand. It's
This
fine.
is
It's
Dr.
generic.
Check sponsor.
No, not sponsor. not sponsor.
Not affiliated with Dr. Check.
Non-affiliated with Dr. Check. And anyway, I don't know what they stand for.
I'll put it down here. We can blur that out. We'll just blur it out. It's
We'll
fine.
just
that
blur
out,
it
yeah.
out.
This is a podcast show thing where we talk about video games and other cool stuff we're into.
We're really good at it.
Yeah.
so good.
We definitely can do it without producers.
Yeah, we don't have any producers here
Yeah,
today. We're
yeah.
running wild.
Yeah.
It's fine.
today.
We had to do it all
Let's get
ourselves.
right into it, guys. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the
No,
game
what?
that everybody's talking about.
What are they
Red
talking
Dead
about?
Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption, but I don't care about it. So let's talk
Why?
about something else. I don't give a shit about game.
That was our quickest segment ever. What we don't care about.
I don't know why I don't care. It's just
I don't know. I feel like
I
I should. Like when I see people like post about it and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I'd probably be into that. But then
Oddly
I'm like,
enough, I'm in the same boat.
I'm
Like,
like,
I love
eh.
the first game too, but I just don't really care.
It's just another
at this
Grand
point.
Theft Auto clone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I'm just burned out.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Burned out.
supposed to be like super advanced and like the world is really materialized and like it's
That
I
sounds
don't know.
great,
It
but
just,
it's still gonna be like
it
a
sounds
Grand
like a
Theft Auto
boring game, though,
where you
like-
like go to a place, they tell you, they give you a little
I'm
mission.
a little bit tired of all the freedom. Like, just
Yeah,
tell me
I'm-
what
I'm
to
s-
do.
I'm sick
Like,
of open
just
world
give
games. I'm just
I'm
so
kinda,
bored
yeah,
of
I
them.
kind of am too. Like when you start, the overwhelming sensation of okay, it's gonna take me about an hour and a half to even get started on something,
Yeah.
and then I'm just gonna have to. I can look at that mountain and be like, I could go over there if I want.
But why? Because
But
there's
why would
nothing
you want
interesting there.
exactly? And that's what I'm saying. It's like it's getting to the point now with open world games where I'm almost like something that has more direction is what I kind of want.
Yeah.
It might just be a
agree.
preference thing at this time, but
now I honestly think for me, Breath of the Wild ruined every open world game ever for me.
I could see that.
Because like you said before, you can go on that mountain, but why do that? In Zelda, there's always something really cool up there.
Yeah.
Like wherever you went, there you were finding something new and
I know it's
exciting.
not technically open world-ish. Well, it is kind of, but Super Mario Odyssey did something like that too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They gave like cool.
Sort of.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, there was some stuff where if you got up on top of a certain mountain or whatever.
I wouldn't call that game
like-
open world though.
No,
I-
No,
I-
that's
I
what I
don't know.
said
I
at the
think-
beginning. It wasn't. I don't think
But
it's open
these
world.
are both games that reward discovery and
Yeah.
experimentation.
And see,
with
I've been
the world
playing a
itself.
game recently that's the exact opposite of those. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 5 again, and that is a game
Interesting.
where you're just in a giant empty open space, and
Mm-hmm.
like 90% of it is just dead air. They could literally delete it, and it wouldn't make a difference. Like if they just replaced all the space between little compounds with load screens, it'd probably be a better game. But they didn't just because
But
it was the trendy thing to do, and I think the game suffers for it. I mean, I think maybe we're at a place where some people are starting to realize that just making the game open world doesn't make it better automatically.
No. I think in a lot of cases it makes it worse.
But this does we're talking a lot of shit about open world games and Red Dead.
Yeah,
2
man.
right
Let
now.
me have my.
But
moment.
like, I do want to acknowledge the technical feat that is Red Dead 2's open world. Like, it is the most realized, the most responsive to the player open world that I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
even falling in the mud, just for example. Like, you'll get covered in mud or whatever, and if you go in to try to buy a horse, the dude's like, no, dude, you're covered in mud. I'm not going to sell you a horse. And you
Nuh-uh.
can't buy a horse from this guy because you're covered in mud.
Is that actually good though?
See, that's the thing.
is
Yeah.
that a good thing?
I don't think
How good are
that
the
it
prostitutes?
necessarily. I don't know.
It,
I
like,
don't want to
because like it can't be like Grand Theft Auto where you get on the horse and then there's like an angle. Like how is it like underneath the horse is the camera angle so you can't see what's happening or like how?
What are
does
you
that
talking
work?
about?
When in Grand Theft Auto when you get a prostitute, she gets in your car and the camera
Oh,
angle
yeah,
goes
yeah,
below
yeah,
the
yeah,
window
yeah.
so you can't see what's happening.
you're talking about fucking on a horse.
Yeah. Why would you not? Right.
well,
That's
I
why
mean,
they call
I
it
assume you would
bareback.
go to
are they
like a
gonna go
brothel.
like bareback? Are you serious? You're
Yeah,
gonna go
they're-
there? That's just low hanging fruit.
Is
man.
it?
Speaking of low hanging fruit, the
There you
horse
go.
testicles are like
I've heard
Tentacles?
about that.
tentacles.
That's the meme, right? That's the major meme with this game is that you
Yeah.
can see horse testicles.
Yeah. And
No,
they-
wait. Let's go back to the prostitutes real quick because I didn't get to say my piece.
All right.
So-
Go ahead.
Zach's always got something to say
got
about these
some
moral
prostitutes,
issues,
yeah.
man.
No,
Go
so in The Witcher, they did something where it would like show a cutscene,
Yeah.
and
With
then
really
it
poorly rendered boobies.
was really really bad, and then it
Yeah.
would like fade out, and you just kind of imagine. So I'm assuming that's like it'll be
Probably.
like you walk into a saloon. That's where prostitutes are in the West, right?
yeah.
Saloons
Like a
lot.
brothel.
Yeah.
Well, no, not really though. They would have like upstairs.
You can have
would be, like
both.
the
I think
prostitute
you
and
could
the
do
bottom would
both.
be
You
the
have,
Yeah,
like, a-
you're right. You're right.
I know my
right.
Western
lore?
prostitutes,
Yeah.
All right.
So you walk in, right, and you shoot a couple people because you're just, you're badass like that.
You're
you
that
have
badass,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to. And then you score some, I don't know, you win poker or something. You shoot down a whiskey, and then the girl's like, "Hey, baby, what's up?" And you're like, "What up?" And you go upstairs,
Yeah.
and then it would probably like cutscene out.
Well,
That's just
I
my
mean,
opinion.
it's Rockstar, so they probably have like the hot coffee thing has finally been fully realized, and so there's like some sweet mini games you get to play when you're banging the
Oh,
prostitute.
nice, like in God of War. That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
best
is it-
part.
I
like-
want more like swirl the stick and like go up and down, like different patterns, just like in real life.
You want to try it out?
Just like in real life.
I'm
yeah.
sure that's in the works.
Is it
somewhere,
like-
right?
And the vibration gets harder the closer you get.
I feel really
yeah,
weird
but then
about that
it'll like
kind of stuff.
mess up. Like, oh yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not supposed to be in video games.
Like
Right.
I am
It's
I'm
not
one of the
good.
most heterosexual males
yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
I love a good.
I don't know about that,
a
honestly.
woman?
No,
Like,
I'm not.
there's some things
Yeah,
you've said that
yeah.
have
Alright.
called
Should
that
Should we
into
talk about
question.
Ed Sheeran or no? I'm sorry.
We're
I'm
never
just-
going to discuss that again.
I'm
Zach.
sorry, I wasn't privy to this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
Anyway.
Ooh, I know
anyway,
what's up
but
now. Mm-hmm.
I always feel really odd when I'm sitting home alone playing a video game and there's like a sex thing happening. I feel really
Yeah.
like
It's- I get that.
disgusting.
It's
get that.
worse than like, okay, so you have the stereotypical like watch porn, feel bad for it, right? Or whatever, like feel guilty at yourself for like, doing that.
I don't know.
Well,
what you
that-
mean,
Never
but
have
I
felt that in my life.
Well, okay.
We'll
Well, that's
agree
the
to
stereotype, right? Is that
Yeah,
like,
sure,
yeah.
you're disgusted at yourself for whatever you
Right.
like. Which,
The depravity of your
Right,
actions,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, it's like that, but you're watching yourself do it almost.
Like
you know what I
third
mean?
person
Yeah,
perspective.
that's
Yeah.
why it's
like
just
Michael
not,
was talking about the time he took Viagra and he felt like he was third person watching himself as a porn star. It's kind of like that. It's embarrassing as shit, right?
Yeah. So like that, I think it's just not the place. Like I don't understand.
It just feels shoehorned in. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, it
belong.
doesn't fit. Like that's not why. And I don't know who is that benefit. Like who says
There are people out there
yes.
that boobies. Apparently,
Really?
there must be. Otherwise, that wouldn't be in the game, right?
those are children, probably.
well, yeah,
that
but
should-
But
be
even
playing the
then,
game anyway.
Well,
then,
sure.
even if they want to have a prostitute that's topless or whatever, and is like trying to get you to come upstairs, but why is that like a part of like why is the actual act in the game?
I guess people just expect to see it.
You know what's even weirder than
Sex sells, they
playing a
say.
game with stuff like that in
Watching someone play a game.
Yeah.
Well,
That's just like
that-
Inception.
that. But imagine the guy that has to model the titties and like
Yeah,
make
yeah.
them jiggle. Like
Yeah,
how
that
yeah,
must be
shitty do you
awkward,
feel?
right? Yeah.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, we got that meeting at 11. How
Can you
them-
put a
how them
mole on
titties
that
coming?
titty, please? Because it doesn't look natural. It's
And you're
uncanny
just
valley,
sitting there
man.
sculpting titties all day
I've been
long?
looking at that thing you sent me, and I just don't think, I just don't think that's going to cut it. You need to go back and render those out again, I think, or something, because they're just not.
Think about the guy doing
they're
the
not
jiggle
flopping.
physics. Like he's sitting there, like spinning it with his mouse. Like, okay, yeah, these look good. Yeah, all right.
You see someone like, hey, psst, look at this, and they're just like.
Jeez.
Oh,
It's probably a good thing we don't work for them.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
thing we don't work for them.
Yeah.
But Red
'Cause-
Dead 2, I don't really know what more to say. Oh,
Nice.
I'm smooth, dude.
Man,
So
you're on top of it
smooth.
today.
I wanted to make sure we got a couple minutes left. We're
Yeah,
fine.
behind the curtain, if you will.
Yeah, a little peek.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm over.
I'm over that.
I'm
type
over
of
open
game.
world. Even Spider-Man. Like when that came out, I thought I was gonna be excited about it.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
by the time it hit, it was like, you know what? I just don't care that much about doing poorly planned missions in
Yeah.
open world.
That, I
just
mean,
don't
there's
care
definitely some of
anymore.
that. There's definitely some of that. Bless you. But bless you again.
She's all right.
She's fine.
Train up a child in the way that they should go, right? I'm doing a terrible job. She's just sneezing on my show. At least she's not screaming.
Children should be seen and not heard.
Exactly. You're 8 weeks old now. You have to learn this kind of stuff. I don't want any of that sass.
What about ass? What'd you just say?
I said
Get
I don't
him
want
away from
any of
children
that
right now.
sass.
Oh,
Because she talked,
All right.
It's a joke. It's a joke
Yep.
because she's 8 weeks old.
what were we saying?
Talking about Spider-Man. I think that there was some of that, like, but the world building in that was so good that I didn't really mind as much. It was one of those.
I kind of tend to agree. Yeah.
But there were parts of it where I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of dumb. But the swinging around, like even the like fetch missions, sometimes, like I wouldn't want to do them over and over and over again, but I was kind of like, okay.
I think the only reason I enjoyed that though is because it was so fun traversing the world.
Exactly.
In a game like Red Dead 2, what are you gonna do? Ride a horse?
Yes.
Or like walk?
Yeah.
Is there fast travel? I'm sure there is. Right?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, there probably is. I mean, there is in Grand Theft Auto, but like the thing in Grand Theft Auto, I'm sure this game is the same way. If you fast travel everywhere, you're cutting out like 90% of the actual playing of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they put so much detail into the world.
That's the appeal of the game. Is look when you're going from main mission
it's
to main
so
mission.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is
I
one of the
just
most
don't
gorgeous games I've ever seen though.
Care about like if games got locked to PS2 graphics, it would not be the end of the world for me. I just don't care that much about graphics.
I think it wouldn't.
I don't
have.
remember the last time I got excited because a game had good graphics.
I think now is probably if it got locked where it is now, I'd be okay with it. But like the fact that I have seen what is better than PS2, I'm like, I don't want to play a PS2 game. When's the last time you went back to play a PS2 game that was actually
Last
other than
week.
Kingdom Hearts?
Other than
that has been remastered.
I played.
Well, I don't buy remasters, but
I played the original God of War on PS Now or whatever. That was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
I think that I don't know if that was PS. Was that PS2?
Yeah.
Was it?
The original one, yeah.
Yeah, that was it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. They
That's
also
like-
had boobies in that game. Like what?
Nice.
What?
Like-
you could barely even tell.
Some people just
Triangle
like
polygons.
boobies.
It was
dude. Some people
literally
just like them.
What in the world? That was what you had to do to be edgy.
I mean,
I
do
guess.
you guys remember what San Andreas looks like? That's the game that had the hot coffee thing.
Really?
Like
The hot
it is
coffee thing?
literal triangles. Yeah. You guys didn't hear about
I
that?
don't know about
No.
this. I never.
I wasn't allowed to
Rockstar
play
like
San Andreas.
halfway implemented a sex mini game in San Andreas.
Oh,
And they
I
blocked
think I
it
might have
off,
heard.
and then
Yeah, I might have
modders
heard about
found
that.
it.
Yeah, yeah, I
What?
did
They
hear
made
about
a mod
that.
so you
Yeah,
could play it. Yeah.
yeah.
Is it kind of like what you were talking about, like
Yes.
rotate the analog stick?
I'm not
and, like-
exactly sure how it plays, but it's like it's the same idea. Yeah.
Wow.
And that
That's just
game
so
came out in
bad.
what, like 2004 or something? So
Yeah.
they've been working up to it for a long time. It's time. Let's have an X-rated Grand Theft Auto game. Let's do it, boys. Let's do it.
All right, so we're running out of time for this first segment.
Yeah, we're gonna take a
Let's
break.
take a
and
break.
Take another Viagra. and
Whatever.
Just
Just
Keep on pumping.
pound
Yeah.
it out, dude.
There we go.
and we're back.
Scary. Let's do some. Should we do like a Halloween thing, guys?
Oh yeah, Halloween.
I guess we
Hallows-
have to. Huh?
All Hallows Eve is approaching. I went as a wannabe hipster. Can you tell?
Yikes.
A little too close.
I think
I went
Halloween
as a
is my
cool
least
guy with a
favorite
beanie.
holiday. I hate Halloween.
Why?
It's stupid.
Well, I wasn't really allowed to celebrate Halloween, so I like people ask me at work and stuff if I'm gonna dress up. And I'm like, I don't. I
Wait,
never
you
really-
weren't allowed to celebrate Halloween?
Mm-mm.
It's
We
the
didn't do
devil's
that.
holiday, dude.
Yeah, it's pagan.
It's
My
pagan.
grandfather, actually, with no criticism, because everyone's entitled to whatever they want to do. He does not celebrate Christmas.
Interesting.
He says it is pagan, and so we did not up there. We did not celebrate Christmas. No
Why
presents
is
or
that?
anything.
Why
I can
is
see that.
pagan stuff so like looked down upon? My mom's a pagan.
It's a how did-
Jesus Christ, Michael.
well, it comes from a Are we really gonna get into?
Is she like a Wiccan? Is
yeah.
she a witch? Does she
Not
practice?
necessarily, but like she's into that kind of thing. Yeah.
Spiritualism?
Crystals and shit.
Yeah.
It's more. It came from a fear, I think, of like pagan. In the old days, you know, paganism was fighting against the church, which was like those were the two big things. So that actually transferred over to nowadays when you have pretty strict like. I don't want to throw all Baptists under the bus, but a lot of Baptists.
Fundamentalists
Yeah,
types.
fundamentalists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
they
okay, yeah.
hold true to those standards
Yeah, yeah.
because they associate paganism with, you know, Satan.
Gotcha. So
I mean, you saw that movie, The Witch, right? With the goat. At
Oh
the
my
end?
god,
Yeah,
that was
dude.
the.
Speaking of Halloween,
man.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that one, dude,
I don't
it's,
know if I
it's
saw
called The
that
Witch.
one.
It's spelled with 2 V's instead of a W.
Davich.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Anyway,
It's
just
like
to
Old
make sure
English.
everyone knows, I'm not hating on any of that stuff. I just don't personally believe it. But that's why I didn't celebrate Halloween when I was a kid.
You didn't miss much, dude.
Well, yeah, and I've been to like college level like
Yeah, yeah.
dress
It's
up,
a
and
dookie holiday.
it's really like I don't want to dress up, and it's just kind of like an excuse for women to dress like sluts.
Kind of. You better watch your mouth, though.
Yikes. I mean,
they have what, slutty bumblebees now? Like, I mean,
How do you even
great.
do that?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm the queen bee,
Oh,
baby.
look.
Like,
Look at my stinger. That doesn't even work. I don't know.
I mean, if you're into that, it does.
I mean, I just took a Viagra, so I'm pretty much into anything right now.
We should all take a Viagra and do a show. That'd be great.
Would it be? This table would be floating.
tilted up. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Anyway, like I enjoy dressing up, or I did as a kid. I haven't done it lately.
I do like haunted houses and things. I've been to a couple. Oh, I got a good story for you. Ready?
All right.
No.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so I don't really like clowns. Everyone who knows me well,
yes.
Justin's probably heard this.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Somebody got him good.
Oh man,
one
they got
time.
me really good. So we go to a haunted house, right? And I have gotten better. Wesley, our producer, is not here. Is really he likes exploiting people's fear.
He's a bad person.
Yeah, he's not.
He's a very bad human.
So I do have a line though. I don't like the dark as well, and
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm afraid of the dark. I don't care.
Sure.
Harper, stop giving me crap about it. I told you already. So
Who's
what?
the baby now, Dad?
Yeah, that's what she said. So I told Wesley and everyone pretty much, don't mess with me in the dark. Because if you
Yeah.
mess with me in the
First
dark,
mistake.
I will try to kill you.
Yeah.
So what happens is I go to this haunted trail, technically is what it was.
I got
My
the
brother
wolves.
punches this little kid in the face, first of all, in the line. Because he was in front, right? And this little kid had a goblin mask and came up behind him and scared him. And my brother literally turned around and hit him in the face. It was great.
Nice reflexes. on
Yeah.
that one. I'm guessing that
He was
Levi,
like
right?
12 too, that
Okay,
kid.
nice.
So we go in the thing, and you know, it's spooky.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
jumping out. Oh no! I have my brother by the hoodie. He's in the front because
Yeah.
it's like pitch black, and I've got my wife. Currently, I think
White
she was my
knuckling.
girlfriend. Oh yeah, in the back. I got her hand, like I'm holding on. So we
Yeah.
go into this clown room, and everyone's like, "Oh Zach, oh Zach, oh Zach." And I said, I literally turned around through gritted teeth. I was like, if you let these people know, because you know how they are. If they
Right.
know they scare you,
Oh,
they're
they're
gonna get you.
gonna
I
go
said, I want
hog
to act
wild.
like this. I was the most nonchalant. Inside, I
Yeah.
was peeing myself, like
Yeah.
figuratively peeing myself.
Yeah.
So I'm walking through, and they have these tarps blown up to kind of push together, but you can easily like slide through them, but you kind of shimmer.
Right.
And I'm walking through, and I lose Taylor back here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is how it begins.
Yeah,
in
this
every
is how.
movie.
Yeah. So I lose her, but I find her again. So it's all good. Like I got her hand.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
walking
not
through.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm walking through, and we get out of the tarp, and I hear psst, and I turn around, and I'm holding hands with a demon-looking clown.
God, dude.
Holding hands, fingers interlocked, like holding hands. I almost passed out, and he started the maniacal laughter, got all in my face, and then ran. Right.
Oh my
You're
God.
such a dum dum.
It was bad. And then
She was probably in
How
on the
did
whole
you not
thing.
realize? Like, did they have feminine hands?
I don't know. It was.
You didn't notice
it
those
was only a
sausages
couple
in your
seconds.
in your
yeah,
grill?
Yeah. I was like, Taylor, how hairy are your hands, Taylor? So I walk through, and he gets me a couple more times because now he knows he got me. So
Of course.
So he chases me and says, "I got you again," laughs and clown laughs, and then chases me out with a chainsaw.
Okay. Sounds like a good night.
Yeah, it was fun after. It's a good story, but
Sure.
I've never had anyone get me that good. Like I guess there was a hole in the tarp where they could jump in line.
Yeah.
Must have been, yeah.
But I was not expecting that at all. It was really good.
That
Like
was
that guy.
terrifying. That must have been terrifying.
Oh,
That
yeah,
guy's
it
a
was bad.
genius, man.
It was
He
it was
deserves
it was spot on. Like, cause he held my hand, I was perfectly fine. Like I thought, I got Taylor, we're all good. We got through this clown room, no more clowns, it's all good. And then I can still hear it, just that, psst, like, gets me, man.
Wake up in the middle of the night, like,
Yeah, every time someone
What about you, Justin? Do you have any fears? Do you get scared of stuff?
no.
Ever?
Actually, like, I don't get scared of anything. Like, I have
Cool,
situations
next
where
subject.
sometimes I see people jump, and I'm just standing there, dead-faced,
What about you?
heartless,
Dude, I'm terrified of almost everything
Yeah,
ever.
including commitment
and caterpillars?
self-improvement.
Yes, we
So-
talked about that earlier.
and caterpillars.
Yeah, and caterpillars.
We
Any-
found it.
yeah.
Anything
That
with
one.
more than 4 legs really freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like a humanoid thing with like arms coming out, like that I cannot.
Well,
deal
yeah,
with.
because
I don't know
that,
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like spiders or like crickets. Or
It's
like
probably a
any
good thing
kind
that
of,
I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween because I had night terrors as a
like actual night.
Really?
terror,
yeah
like
until I
clinical
was
night terrors?
well I didn't go to the doctor, I didn't get diagnosed,
Right,
so
right.
but we I had them until the last one I ever had. I think I was 18 or 19. It's technically I think sleep paralysis is what it
Yeah.
is.
That stuff's
So
It's
you
like
know
in
the
it-
you know the incubus and the succubus. like that. I had
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
similar to that, not sexual.
Oh well. That's
Yeah, I
not-
know. I
that's
take
not
the fun out
Why
of
do
it.
you even make the?
No, but like
That's exactly
I've
what
woken
it is.
up with things sitting on my chest before, and I've yeah.
Your chest.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, no,
nice.
yeah. A couple times, the scariest one ever was I was sleeping over at my friend's house. This is just Zach's scary story time, I guess. Harper loves it. So I was sleeping over at my friend's house. His name is Connor. Shout out to you. Doesn't really watch the show, so probably will never hear this. And he let me have the bed, which is nice of him.
Classy.
And he was sleeping on the floor. So I wake up. It was about probably like 2 a.m, and he was coughing. And I was gonna tell him to shut up because I'm trying to.
Wait, he
sleep.
was a coffin? He was a literal coffin and he was dead?
Yeah, I woke up and he was a coffin.
Holy dude.
Harper does not like that joke at all.
I'm sorry.
Basically, long story short, there was a man or something standing on top, like over him, looking down at him.
Whoa.
And I woke up and I couldn't move and I'm just staring at him. The guy turns and looks at me. I didn't really see his face, it just was black. He turns and looks at me and then turns the other way and walks through the wall. And then I could move again. And then I rolled over and pulled the covers over my head.
That's like
and
some shit of that show on Netflix we were talking about earlier.
Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
So like you can't move and you're just standing there.
Dude, I got a scary story. One time I was recording a podcast
And a
there
baby
was
wasn't
this fucking
crying?
baby crying the whole time.
let me get her.
And then I like woke up from a nightmare and it was real, dude. Your house was haunted?
I'm back with the baby.
Okay. I've never been to like a haunted trail or anything like that, but I believe the house I grew up in is haunted. And I don't know if it's like for sure haunted, but some weird stuff will
Like
go
Indian
down.
burial ground type stuff?
Kinda,
Like pet
like-
cemetery type
yeah,
stuff?
some weird.
I prefer American Indian burial ground.
Tell 'em.
Didn't you just say something like really bad about women like 15 minutes
I'm
ago?
kidding, obviously. Continue.
Okay. Anyway,
I don't remember what it was, but I know it was bad.
I said Halloween is an excuse for women to dress like sluts.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's it. Sorry, Michael. Please continue.
okay.
Please.
Um,
Sorry.
So I used to watch a lot of Ghost Hunters on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh,
so, like,
God, come on.
All this stuff would start happening, so I started like recording stuff. I never really found anything, but like just for instance, one of the things that happened was I was in my bedroom, right? I was playing guitar, and I was like, okay, it's time to go to bed. So I put the guitar on the stand, and I went to bed, and not 15 minutes later or so, I hear a huge bang coming from my room, and somewhere inside the room.
Spooky.
And I woke up and I was like, what the f- was that? You know, this is kind of weird. So I turned the light on and my guitar is now on the other side of my room. And the stand was way over there. Like it slung across the room.
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like paranormal activity stuff.
Yeah. And like there was stuff that would fall from my from the top of my closet. Like I had like a box of like a jigsaw puzzle up there. Like on the top shelf of my closet. And one morning I remember waking up and just the pieces were all over the floor.
Spelled out Michael Run.
No, it didn't. It didn't spell out
Oh, my
anything.
God.
But some weird shit like that would happen. Like I would hear people walking through the house in the middle of the night, but nobody would be up.
What?
Yeah, it was real strange.
Man, you guys are smoking too much weed or whatever.
Probably.
Last time I got
But,
scared
like-
was
Too
a
many
video
crystals?
game. But
What
That's
video
a
game
real
was
game.
that?
Silent Hill 4, dude. I rented that when I was
Silent
a
Hill
kid.
was no joke.
I told my mom I wanted Resident Evil, and she's dumb, so she got Silent Hill, which is actually scary.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this
Yikes.
part where you're walking through a creepy hospital, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like the evil version of the town, right? And there's this character throughout the game. You're trapped in your apartment, but there's a little hole in your wall, and if you look through it, you can actually see your neighbor lady.
Okay.
Kind of like creep on her, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a part where after you've done that a couple of times, you come back into your apartment to like the little portal to another world that you go through. And so you creep in there, and you're looking in, and the teddy bear that she has lying on her bed is staring back at you.
Yeah.
Like just looking right, and it's like pointing at you like this. Okay, so I saw that. I got a little spooked out. I'm like, all right, no big deal. No big deal. I'm a man. I can play this game. So I'm in
Yeah.
the hospital, right? I'm walking around. I'm looking for this girl now. She's gone missing, right? And I'm looking for her. I'm walking around looking through this hospital. Okay, and I open a door. Nothing there. Nothing there. Just doors after doors after doors.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally, you open up one door. You walk in, right? You can't really see anything. But as you walk into the room, the camera abruptly changes, and there's a gigantic face that takes up the entire room of her, and her eyes are just like vibrating, staring at you. She's watching you now. It was creepy.
Oh my
It was creepy.
God.
I pooped my pants a little bit.
I pooped my pants.
That was like
I
one of those
last-
moments where you just stand there frozen, like, oh, and then you kind of like walk back out of the room.
Oh my
Outlast
god.
did that to me too.
I was gonna say
is-
Outlast is a really good one.
Yeah.
Um,
Harper does this thing. Besides screaming,
Ooh.
where she'll stare up at the ceiling. She was just doing it a second ago. I almost interrupted you, but I didn't want to ruin your story. And she was like looking up, and that creeps me out too. Because she'll
That is
like
kinda
stare.
creepy.
She'll stare at like one.
It's kind of
one
like a
spot.
Shining thing, you know,
You
where
know,
the
I mean-
baby can see something
Yeah.
that we
I mean,
can't.
that's like a lot of people say that babies have like an extra sensory thing. So do like dogs and animals and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the dogs will do that too. They'll bark.
they can smell the ectoplasm and.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Scientific terms.
Who are you gonna call?
Like electromagnetic waves and stuff. They can feel because like ducks or whatever. They navigate by the magnetic fields in the earth, so they're super sensitive. That's how they tell where north is.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You
Are you
didn't know
serious?
that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude.
You think they just guessed?
I figured they just went where they saw they wanted to go.
Well, they look up and they're like, well, the sun rises in the east, so I guess we need to go.
Let me get out my duck astrolabe here and figure out where the we're going.
You see a duck on the side of the road
Christ,
asking
Michael.
for direct. Hey, which way is north?
He like goes
Quack.
into the convenience store and gets a map. Duck GPS on his
I don't
little
know,
duck wrist.
dude. Why?
Michael.
Why is a duck looking at the sun and recognizing that that is east more far fetched than them feeling the vibrations of the earth in some extra sensory way? Why is my idea so far fetched?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
This has been the Status Effect podcast. I think. Are we out
Michael,
of
you're
time?
such a quack.
We're out of time.
Let's end it.
That's it.
Let's
That's all I
cut it.
have.
All right.
Let's cut it.
Quack.
Sorry, everybody.
Finger guns? No finger guns?
He's upset.
Whack, 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 whack.